Scammers are getting quite sophisticated. They're now using AI technology to mimic people's real voices. And what actually happened to me recently, my grandmother called me and seemed to be very confused. She seemed to start the conversation halfway in. I didn't understand. She's calling me saying, "Where do you need the money? Can you talk to the officer?" And I had no idea what she was talking about. I thought that she was confused, something happened, and I was trying to piece this all together. This video is intended for those of you who have grandparents or elderly parents. And basically the point of today's video is I want to make you all aware of what is an elder fraud scam or an elder scam that seems to be on the rise lately, referred to as the grandparent scam. And it actually happened to me. So I wanted to share my experience. And then after this experience, I looked into it more, and turns out it's happening a lot, and you should be aware of this. Scammers are getting quite sophisticated. They're now using AI technology to mimic people's real voices. And what actually happened to me recently, my grandmother called me and seemed to be very confused. She seemed to start the conversation halfway in. I didn't understand. She's calling me saying, "Where do you need the money? Can you talk to the officer?" And I had no idea what she was talking about. I thought that she was confused, something happened, and I was trying to piece this all together. It turns out air quotes, I had called her and told her that I was driving my friend's car, that I was pulled over by a police officer, and they searched, and in the trunk, and this was funny to hear her say this, they found marijuana. And I needed her to give me $9,000 to help me get out of jail. So she called me to ask honestly where I wanted the money to be sent. And I call her Yaya. And I couldn't believe, I said, "Yaya, did somebody sound like me?" She said, "No, it was you. It was you. You called me Yaya." Which, now I gotta admit, this was pretty spooky. Associate my voice with my grandmother and her phone number and know that I call her Yaya, that was pretty scary. Moral of the story, as I said, Yaya, if I ever call you asking for anything like that, hang up and call me. Okay, after I figured out they called her from an unknown number, it wasn't, of course, my phone that called her. And that's the message I want to share with you all, those of you who have, again, grandparents, parents. This is something that's happening. It's real. Like, it's happening on the rise. You can there's articles about this. And so just be vigilant. Share that with your loved ones. Share this message. And I hope this same thing doesn't happen to you. Okay, one last bit I would add. We, Hosper, will never ask you if something doesn't seem right. Be very vigilant that your financial advisors and your investment managers, if something doesn't stack up, hang up, call them back, be extra safe.